What's the difference between a parish council and a parish pastoral council? Well, this is a very complicated question. Let me give you an example. When I first started researching this thing, I saw people using the language parish council. Well, let me explain by this. You see at the top of the page here, it says, in 1983, Pope John Paul II published a revision of the Code of Canon Law. Canon 536 made the term pastoral council a part of the everyday language of parish life. Well, what happened was, I got my hands on this green-covered copy of the Code of Canon Law in 1983 when I was fresh out of doing my studies and I had my first job in the Diocese of Oakland. And I wanted to know, all right, I'm working with pastoral councils. What does the Code of Canon Law say about pastoral councils? And I was so disappointed to find that there is only one canon, Canon 536, about parish pastoral councils that says basically pastors ought to have them and they help the pastor. And then there were 4 other canons about diocesan pastoral councils, which said the same thing but repeated the language that I've been repeating to you, the language about investigating and reflecting and considering. So suddenly we had this new thing. What does the word pastoral mean when we add it into this mix? And Dottie, here's how I figured out the answer. In the beginning, like in the 70s, remember the 70s? You and I are old enough to remember the 70s. Well, in the 70s, right after Vatican II, people started parish councils. And they started them because in the Decree on the Laity, paragraph 26, it said, we ought to have councils. Didn't say what kind of councils, but this is the Decree on the Laity, so I say today it's lay apostolate councils, which may coordinate which may coordinate lay initiatives. So when we Americans read this and started creating parish councils, we said, well, all right, lay initiatives, that means the liturgy committee, the social justice committee, the hospitality committee, the education committee, and the parish council is going to coordinate all of these things. And, of course, in the USA, coordinate means to lead. So the parish council would be the leader of these parish ministries, not the pastor. Well, you can imagine how that went down in Episcopal circles. That's clearly not what the documents of Vatican II meant. But the laity document was the only document that talked about establishing councils at the parish level. So everybody took the laity decree and said, this is our charter, let's go forward creating parish councils that can coordinate parish ministries. Didn't say pastoral councils, lay councils, all right? So then along comes Pope John Paul II in 1983, and in Canon 536, he says, let's have parish pastoral councils. Doesn't explain what they do, but certainly doesn't say coordinating parish committees. So the whole intellectual world of pastoral councils is thrown into a tizzy, and we say, well, what does this mean? What does this mean, parish pastoral councils? Well, it took me a long time to figure this out because, I have a website called pastoralcouncils.com. You read more there than you will ever want to read about this subject. But the simple answer is this. The parish pastoral council is the type of council, the pastoral type of council, first recommended in the bishop's decree of 65 that says a council has a threefold job, that it investigates under the pastor's authority, it reflects, and it recommends. This was first recommended for dioceses and then extended to parishes in 1973 and then legislated in 1983. So it's a kind of a complicated question. But the simple answer is this. The parish pastoral council is the kind of council recommended back in 65 that's got this parish planning role. The parish council, unclear exactly where it comes from, but its provenance may be the laity decree from 65 that said lay councils may coordinate lay initiatives, and people misunderstood lay initiatives to mean parish committees. So the parish council sees itself as coordinating parish committees. The pastoral council sees itself as investigating, reflecting, and recommending. Now, aren't you sorry you asked the question?